Okay, welcome to this update on the EPCAL. They had as you know, they had a community meeting about this project in Riverhead at the Hotel Indigo, and not too much news coverage of it from the mainstream media, except for News 12. Believe it or not, News 12 was the only one that covered it. As far as TV stations go, only News 12. CBS, no, CBS did not cover it. However, they felt the need to cover this, and they were on the South Shore, of course, for that. So, yeah, Massapequa, of course. So, yeah, Channel 2 also not caring about it. Channel 4 didn't care about it. Channel 7 didn't care about it. No, actually, only News 12. They actually did report on this, believe it or not. And it's not the top story, though. Top story, of course, West Islip, where, those important people live. But anyway, let's... oh, yeah, and another story, too. Business owners resident. Yeah, again, it's all about them. It's funny when it's all about them. It really is. Was this the top story tonight? Merrick. Oh, that's where that happened. The Stop and Shop Plaza. So they're having an issue with teenagers causing problems there. It's so obvious. But anyway, they did wind up covering this. What is my computer doing? I didn't tell you to go back to the bookmark, the new tab page. Anyway. They did cover this, and they actually gave this 3 minutes. So I'm not gonna fault News 12 here, even though they did spend some time on the South Shore. They also covered this. They were the only station to cover this. No other TV station covered this. This is about this horrible no cargo airport. They wanted to put a cargo airport in the Pine Barrens. So anyway, thank you, News 12. You did actually cover this. You were the only TV station to. So let's play the story.
Loud pushback from dozens on the North Fork.
Yeah, people are angry over a proposed plan for a site that's been at the center of a debate
I wouldn't say that's the
decades.
North Fork.
News 12's Tama Ponton live tonight in Riverhead. And Tama, we hear was packed house.
Central. It was crowded. Good.
Packed for sure, Doug and Katie.
Good.
I was actually worried we might not be able to fit inside. There were so many people. So many of them, they stood in line to get inside of that packed room. They stood in the back. It was standing room only for a lot of people. But they say they were determined to be here tonight in order to have their voices heard, because they say they do not want that old Grumman site developed into property that they say would ruin their quality of life.
Exactly.
And that's why, no, I'm not going to stop. You didn't stop.
I want you to let your
Tempers flared. People shouted back and forth, and some jumped to their feet in protest.
Good.
Riverhead does not want this project to go forward, period.
Exactly.
Dozens of North Fork residents crowded into this public forum in Riverhead to voice their opposition to the proposed plan from Calverton Aviation and Technology to turn hundreds of acres at Enterprise Park at Calverton, or EPCAL, into a mixed-use technology park.
We love the quality of life out here, and we also feel like it's kind of unfairly targeting lower income rural areas, and
Yep.
you don't
middle of
see
the
this
islands.
kind of thing in wealthier towns.
Yeah, like the
people
Hamptons.
of Riverhead
Exactly.
don't want this, period.
The developer says the overall construction of the proposed plan would eventually amount to about 10 million square feet of development.
That's unbelievable.
Phase 1, which is 1 million square feet, which is to be built within 5 years after the original approvals are granted. That's only the first phase. And the absorption of another 9 million feet will take decades.
According to the company, the site would include warehouses, a rail hub, and
all
using
these
the
Pine
existing
Barrens.
runways
Look,
on the
all
old
these
Grumman
pines are
site
knocked down.
for
Look at
planes.
that.
It is the specific use of those runways and the planes that many say is their primary concern.
So what are the runways for?
Rather than playing more word games, if it's going to be used for cargo, whether you call it a cargo airport or not, it's still being used for cargo with airplanes on a runway.
Yep.
The developer maintains it is not going to build an air terminal, but people here say they remain
The
skeptical.
diagrams sure look
They
like it.
always say there's going to be a lot of jobs, but they don't have to keep that promise, and they always say it's not going to be a lot of flights, but they don't have to keep that promise.
Exactly.
Now, I asked a lawyer who represents the developer if anything that was said here tonight could lead to a change in their proposed plans. And he said, we will certainly listen to everything they're saying.
No, but Riverhead Town should just say no. IDA should say no. They need to just no. The bottom line is the people don't want it. I mean, this is a beautiful place. I mean, it's peaceful. It's beautiful. You've got pine barrens and grasslands. It is a beautiful open space. And to think that there are people out there that see nothing but dollar signs, and they don't care about this. They don't care if they knock this down and pave this over and build buildings and stuff. They don't care about that. But I'm glad that my fellow Long Islanders have spoken up against this. And shame on all the other media that didn't show up, especially you New York City stations. I don't understand why they didn't show up. This was a huge story on Long Island. But this is why News 12 is important, because the city stations, they're in love with the city. They focus on the city. Guess what? I live on Long Island. I don't care about what goes on in New York City. All right? I focus on Long Island. All right? So that's why it's important to have our own news station on Long Island, because this is a perfect example of the city stations not caring about what goes on out here. All right? It's all about the city. They focus so much on the city, they forget about the whole rest of the area, and that's the problem. So I'm glad News 12 covered this very important story here. There are a couple of other stories. Here's Riverhead Local as well. No, this is an old story from them, actually. That was Friday night. Do they even have a new story here? I don't even think they have a new story, so I guess we'll have to wait until tomorrow to hear anything from them. Since pursuing rail freight, so now they want to put rail freight here. Here we go again. Rail freight infrastructure in Calverton. So, yeah, all those beautiful pines there you see would be knocked down, of course. It's just disgusting. It really is. Really, really is. Absolutely and utterly disgusting. Becoming a big movement against this. This project must be stopped, plain and simple. People don't want it. They want nature. They want clean environment. All right? This is worth more than anything. All right, this is worth more than any industry, any jobs, any money. No, this is the most important thing we have here on Long Island, and we need to protect every inch of it. That is all I'm going to say in this video. Thank you for watching.